Hey guys, what's up? Here is Max. A little while ago, I brought you a story here on the channel where Goku achieves a new form of Ultra Instinct, the Ultimate Ultra Instinct, which is a form of the technique that none of the angels other than Daishinkan could achieve. In that video, I had said that if the video had a good amount of likes, views, and comments, I would bring you part 2 as soon as possible. Well, you did your part, and now here I am to do my part too, telling you what happens after Goku challenges Beerus to a fight. But before I start telling the story, I would like to ask you to like the video now because for this story to have a part 3, this video needs to reach the minimum goal of 1,000 likes, okay? As soon as this video reaches 1,000 likes, I'll bring you part 3 ASAP. Now, let's continue with the story. Stay connected in the channel, and let's go to the video.
Hakai.
After Goku achieved a mysterious new transformation, he blew up the dimension he and Whis were training in, and then returned to the Beerus' planet. On the planet, Whis was explaining to Goku the concept of this new transformation, and the reason why Goku was able to achieve this form, and the angels were not. But their conversation is interrupted by the arrival of Beerus, Broly, and Vegeta, who have been alarmed by the huge explosion that had occurred not long ago. When they find out about Goku's new transformation, Broly is very curious to find out more. Vegeta is very angry that he is losing to Kakarot again, and Beerus, sensing his superiority threatened, tells Goku not to brag too much, as he is still inferior to him. But to the surprise of the God of Destruction, this time Goku does not accept the superiority of the Destroyer, and says that now he can defeat Beerus. Goku goes even further and says he wants to prove it to Beerus right now. He wants his long-awaited rematch. Without even waiting for Beerus to respond, Goku transforms again while unleashing a huge amount of power. Everyone else is very impressed both by Goku's power and his attitude. Among everyone, certainly the most surprised is Beerus, who can hardly believe that Goku challenged him so suddenly. He questions whether Goku has lost his mind, as if they fight on that level, all of Universe 7 could be destroyed. The Saiyan has the solution for this and asks Whis to isolate this planet, that way their power will not be spread throughout the universe. After asking Whis this, Goku again turns to Beerus asking if the Destroyer has any justification for not fighting. Beerus is provoked by this questioning, and then asks if Goku is implying that he is a coward. Without even waiting for the mortal to answer what he was implying, the God of Destruction says that obviously he accepts the fight, but warns the Saiyan that this time he will not hold back, which means that the possibility of Goku dying in this fight is very large. Goku does the opposite, saying that he will hold back in the fight and that he will be careful that Beerus doesn't die. This answer makes the Hakai even angrier. Whis tries to intervene, saying they should think better of it before going through with it, but Beerus does not listen to the angel and asks Whis to do as Goku asked, that he create a force field around the planet so that the universe is not affected by what will happen there. Beerus also asks Whis to fortify the planet's structure so that the environment is not destroyed so quickly by combat. Whis closes his eyes. He is disappointed to see that he won't be able to convince either of them to back down. The angel extends his staff, and around that planet, a force field is created. After that, he touches his staff to the ground. After Whis touches the staff to the ground, Vegeta and Broly comment that as if from one moment to the next they feel the ground becoming much more resistant, as if intense energy flows through the ground. Whis explains that he has injected some of his energy into both the ground and the entire environment of the planet, and this should ensure that the planet is not crushed under the pressure of the impacts of the struggle that is about to begin. After all this, Whis instructs Broly and Vegeta to walk away with him, and they do. And before I continue the story, I'd like to talk about our Patreon, which is the only way for you to help Dragon Ball Hakai come back. As you know, the saga of Goku, God of Destruction, unfortunately had to be interrupted due to lack of resources, and the only way for us to return with the production of the story is to receive your support. As soon as we reach the fundraising goal, we will immediately return with the production of the manga, telling you how Goku and Odisu's fight ends, and also all the repercussions of the Celestial Mage's attack on the universe, and how all gods and mortals are going to prepare for the attack. We already have a lot planned, and we just need your help to get back on track. Of course, by helping us, you will not only collaborate for the return of Dragon Ball Hakai, but you will also receive some exclusive benefits here on the channel. To learn more, click the link in the video description. Goku and Beerus are alone facing each other. Beerus tells Goku that he wants to see the power of this new Ultra Instinct he achieved. Goku informs the Destroyer that this technique is called Ultimate Ultra Instinct, and it will be with this power that Beerus will be defeated. Beerus loses patience and decides to start raising his hands and making a large curtain of dust rise from the ground through his telekinetic strength. Goku blows away all that dust with just the air pressure of an armful, and when the dust leaves his vision, the first thing he sees is a punch from Beerus already close to his face. But even with the Hakaishin's fist just a few centimeters from his face, Goku dodges, disappearing from Beerus's front and going behind him. Beerus immediately reacts by backing away at the same time as he turns around and launches a powerful energy wave at Goku, but he realizes he missed the attack when he sees the Saiyan behind him. Beerus jumps away and flies to a reasonable height while firing a sequence of ki balls that hit the ground and raise a large amount of dust. As he fires the many energy attacks, Beerus senses something and stops his flight, at the same time as he turns around, noticing that Goku is already standing behind him again. He immediately turns around to land a kick on Goku, which he dodges easily, and after that Beerus tries a sequence of blows that Goku also dodges with ease. Beerus advances towards Goku while attacking with constant blows, and the Saiyan dodges while retreating. They move a long way across the sky until they start to descend into the middle of the forest. Beerus had probably already tried hundreds of attacks before Goku got bored and caught one of his punches, stopping them both. While holding the destroyer's hand, Goku says that Beerus isn't fighting seriously. He knows this because he's seen Beerus fighting seriously when he faced the other gods of destruction, and he definitely is not fighting now the same way he did then. But upon hearing this, Beerus smiles and snaps his fingers in his free hand, and after he does, Beerus himself simply explodes. The explosion is so big that it destroys hundreds of trees around it. Whis, Vegeta, and Broly are watching the fight from afar, and the Saiyans are surprised by what just happened. Vegeta asks if Beerus lost his mind blowing himself up like that. Whis laughs and says that Vegeta is very foolish to think that a being with so many millennia of experience would lose so easily. Goku comes out of the middle of the explosion floating peacefully. He doesn't have a scratch, indicating that he escaped the attack. Beerus appears behind him while praising that he dodged the explosion very well. Goku responds that he wouldn't be defeated with such a simple trick. Broly is surprised to see Beerus okay and asks what he did. Whis explains that the moment he kicked up all the dust at the beginning of the fight, Beerus made a clone of himself containing a portion of his power. It was this clone that self-destructed. As he faced his opponent, Goku noticed that Beerus knew his tendency not to fight seriously against an enemy who wasn't using his full power. So he used the clone to make him drop his guard and self-destruct at the most appropriate time. Very clever. Beerus says yes, that was his plan, but is disappointed. He says that he knew that Goku wouldn't be killed with just that explosion, but he hoped to injure him at least a little, so that he would have to exert less effort in combat. Goku says no. This time Beerus will really need to push himself, and the Hakaishin must do it fast, before he loses his temper and fights seriously. Beerus comments that this time Goku is really serious, so he better stop messing around. At that moment, the God of Destruction begins to accumulate a large amount of power and releases a powerful aura of energy of destruction. Goku comments that finally Beerus is using the same amount of power he used against the other gods of destruction that time, but this time his ki is even more serious. As he does his combat stance, Beerus says that Goku asked him to take it seriously, and he will. Goku thanks him, while also doing his combat stance. Both charge towards each other, and they meet in a clash of fists whose force of impact immediately sweeps away a large section of the surrounding forest. Feeling that pressure, Vegeta and Broly are very tense when they realize that now that fight would get really serious. After their fists collide, Goku and Beerus keep their hands pressed together, vying for strength. Both emanate enough power from their fists to create several electrical currents around them, while white energy is released next to Goku and purple energy is released next to Beerus. After a few seconds of dispute, the winner is announced when an impact explosion occurs that pushes Beerus very far, making him fall from the sky and collide with dozens of trees in the forest. But in the next second, Beerus returns, reaching Goku with a blow sequence, which the protagonist dodges, but this time not as easily as before. Goku dodges one of Beerus's blows while moving to his back to attempt a soft spot attack, but he is surprised when the Hakaishin deftly dodges the attack and counterattacks with a very precise punch, with his fist coated with energy of destruction. Goku blocks the blow but is knocked back by Beerus' strength, and then an explosion occurs from where Beerus landed the punch, as if he had used the Hakai on Goku. The explosion is not powerful enough to seriously injure the protagonist, but it is enough to cause unpleasant pain and leave a few scratches on his body. Beerus smiles as he tells Goku he's not the only one who knows how to use Ultra Instinct, and even though he partially uses this technique, it's not something to be taken lightly. And while coating his hands with energy of destruction, he says that in addition to that, he can also use Hakai. In this way, not only are his defenses improved, but also his offensive. Goku smiles, realizing that this fight will be very challenging, just the way he likes it. Using his wits, Beerus tries a trick to get Goku hurt and thus need to exert less effort in combat. But he discovered that he will not be able to win this fight with that kind of subterfuge. So now, there is no option left for the Destroyer but to fight seriously against the Saiyan. The real fight starts now. Well guys, that's what I wanted to tell you in this video. As I said before, for this story to have a part 3, you need to help us by leaving your like on this video. And as soon as this video reaches the goal of 1,000 likes, we'll bring part 3, telling the continuation of this fight between Goku and Beerus, with the God of Destruction fighting seriously. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe now so you don't miss part 3, and also the other videos we publish here. This video ends here. Don't forget to go check out our Patreon to find out more Dragon Ball Hakai. We need you! Until the next time, goodbye.